So the man who made it knew that it was going to last for 4 hours.
Bottom line is that man was elected by the people of Pakistan. You here are writing in a widely read column that, and you're not refuting the claim that the Pakistan Army is a political party. Instead, you're encouraging that claim.
Whether I encourage it or not, it will be a party. The way this country is fixed just now, unless all these politicians behave themselves, there's no way. The politicians come in for making money. They're jobless otherwise. Don't you see? Just now is the job to come back again. There's money in the kitty to rob again.
And you think that's why they're coming back? Well, all right, let's focus on General Musharraf and your dealings with him. You have written a little after the coup, in fact, just a month after, you wrote to General Musharraf and you said, "To General Musharraf I say, make haste slowly, stand firm and excel."
Yes.
You told a military man, a military ruler, to stand firm and excel at a time when you maybe should have urged him to reform democracy and bring it back.
So what did I say? What does stand firm mean? What does stand firm mean?
You told him to stand firm and stay in office.
Stand firm and excel, meaning stand firm and do the right thing.
And what was the right thing? Has he done the right thing?
No, he's not. He's not cleaned up the mess at all.
And why do you think that is?
They all do it. They all look at their future. They all look at longevity. They all are, I should say, well, none of them is intelligent enough. None of them want to leave office. Everyone.
Well, in retrospect, do you think you should have defended him, because you did defend him a lot, and you defended him along these lines? You said, "Does a uniform prevent a fit and trim man, you evidently liked the way his health was, from being a Democrat?"
Yes.
So do you think a man in uniform, just because he's fit and trim, can be a Democrat? You're defending the president's uniform instead of discouraging it.
Look, I'm saying that a general is a well-disciplined man. That was what I thought. Now, I've lived on this earth for 81 years. I've seen many generals. And at one time, the general was a very fine man, a well-trained man, a disciplined man, a fellow who wouldn't do wrong by the people, by anybody for that matter. Compared to Nawaz Sharif, Nawaz Sharif would be a jungli, Benazir would be a jungli compared to a general. Now, if my idea was a general was that, don't blame me, because I've known such generals.
But the way you defended him, sir, the way you defended him, you firstly you defended the situation about what brought about the coup. You said that we created the coup. We meaning the people of Pakistan probably. You said we created a situation in which the Chief of Army Staff and his men were forced to throw us out. You did not blame Nawaz Sharif, you said we, thus defending the coup. You also went on to explain in another column in '99 called Jinnah's Pakistan that just because the general went to St. Pat's and FC College in Lahore, we can expect him to be a liberal man. Now, by the same measure, George W. Bush went to Yale and Harvard. Benazir Bhutto went to Oxford and Harvard. Are we supposed to take someone's education, someone's resume? Because this is how you were defending this man.
Education counts.
Education does count, but do you think this is a way of defending a military ruler?
What's wrong in trusting? What's wrong in hoping? Where do you think I'd be without hope?
So that's what you were doing. You were hoping and trusting.
Yes. Every time a new guy comes, I hope and trust.
But you were still hoping and trusting a couple of years later, while you responded to
if he still is the best of the worst lot, what am I to do? There's a bankruptcy in this country of people. Absolute bankruptcy. We could keep on looking at who? We keep on looking at a man who more or less volunteered to go outside. And then he said, I made this terms, well, whatever he signed, he signed. And I don't know where he'll end up. He hopes to come back after Ramzan. And he will come. He must come back. Well, this is his home.
But you kept on defending him further. You've defended him several times throughout the years. In March '01, when all his Iqbal Haider, groovy Iqbal Haider listed down his his surrenders, as he called it, on the announcement of the procedural changes in the blasphemy laws, continuing the separate electoral system, restoring the zakat groups or religious seminaries which impart military training, refused to apply to the Supreme Court for review of the interest verdict, failing to appeal against the Shariat court, ruling on family laws, negotiating with extremist groups when they issue their frequent threats, encouraging the formation of militant organizations, amending the PCO. You know what you call this? Do you remember? You called it a glorious retreat. You compared it to Churchill's retreat at Dunkirk. You compared General Musharraf to Winston Churchill.
All right. I felt that he retreated and he had to retreat. For instance, just now, when he took on the judges, I wrote a column and said he should retreat. That was not my idea. I'd followed the editorial of the Times. And the British are good at politics, good at foreign affairs. In their first column after he attacked the general the way he did, they said generals know when to retreat.
You also called him the son of Jinnah after his address to the Sirat conference, 17 June 2001.
I call him the son of Jinnah?
You called him the son of Jinnah.
Read the whole column and I can tell you why.
You said, reading the English transcript of General Pervez's words spoken from the heart at June 5th at this year's Sirat conference, it could be said that his son is born. For he has in many ways echoed the creed of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, enunciated in August 1147 before the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan.
Correct.
You called him the son of Jinnah just because the man made a speech.
Yes. The son is born.
So that was your yardstick?
So, you object to it, Surely I can write what I like. I always argue with my editor. Do I have to argue with you? You're one of the readers. Take it for its value. Ignore it. Am I saying when I write that you, a reader of Dawn, read the damn thing and accept it as gospel? That is my view. I write under my name. I am responsible for my view at that particular time.
Don't you think you should write responsibly? Calling a military ruler just because he made a speech the son of Jinnah, don't you think that's going a tad bit too far?
You may think so.
2002, in an article titled Poppycock, you said, a military man our president may be, but so far he has remained benign and relatively tolerant. He has not had anyone murdered, mutilated, or manhandled. He has not filled up our jails with his opponents. The press is as free as it has ever been. He has managed to rid the political scene of at least a handful of our grand larcenists. No mean achievement this. With a little bit of luck and a deft hand on the tiller, we may refloat. Have we refloated?
We may refloat.
Have we refloated?
No. Too much for this bucket handle.
You also claim that he's given us a free press. Has he given us a free press? Just recently.
Free press has never been free. He's got about 80 items on the air every day. It's never been as free as before, and he's standing it, so that's something worth it.
Just this week, this organization's reporter was kidnapped.
Yes.
Psychologically tortured.
And why?
And manhandled.
And what have you done? Why haven't your man stood in the front of the Chief Justice of Pakistan the next day and said, here it is what happened, I rise, suspend your other work?
Since 1999, 28 journalists in this country have been killed. 28. Countless kidnapped, countless manhandled, countless psychologically or physically tortured. And according to the PFUJ, the ratio goes up. So has he given us a free press?
Have I what?
Has he given us a free press? Because the ratio goes up.
When was this written?
02?
02, yes. He wasn't killing them. He wasn't catching people. I mean, he wouldn't have done this, what he did to the Chief Justice, I say regrettably, in 2002. But this, as you tell us 5 times a day, absolute power corrupts.
Finally, you've said, and you cite one quote from Jinnah very often. You cite one quote from Jinnah very often, that his prophecy was that every successive government in Pakistan will be worse than the other.
Yes.
Successively. You think the Musharraf government has been worse than the Bhutto and Nawaz Sharif governments?
Yes. They were in a better position to do things, get rid of this lot.
We're talking to Ardeshir Cowasjee. You're watching TalkBack. Stay tuned.